All right, people. This is going to be my second try at the Justice Silver Quicksilver versus Rhino. I haven't played much Quicksilver before, so I'm still kind of getting used to how he works. But basically, we dig for friction resistance. It's like the highest priority thing in the game. But of course, on top of that, we do want to protect ourselves, right? So keeping Mockingbird is going to keep Rhino at bay. Cosmo is also pretty awesome. Don't really care about defending, so that's not very valuable. Under surveillance, I mean, I have not found that there's a lot of scheme problems. So I have it. I'm keeping it in the deck. I probably don't really need to, actually. So the only thing out of all of these that I want is probably Mockingbird. Right, so I want to dig for friction resistance or any other resource generators. Dig for my +1 attack, play my +1 thwart, all those things. And I got none of them. Right. So yeah, something I learned last game is you know, as long as you can get one thwart, you can double hit with Quicksilver to get rid of this first thing, which is kind of critical. Speed. I'm going to be able to double turn the tide. And right. Do I want pivotal moment? Probably don't care. So I'm going to get rid of Speed Cyclone and pivotal moment using my superpowered siblings. Right, still digging for friction resistance. Still don't have it. Right. Based on what I'm trying to do, Mockingbird is strictly better than Spider-Man. I'm trying to get the board set up at the moment. So we flip. We bring out Mockingbird. I'm going to have one card left at the end of all this. So do I want to keep Pivotal Moment to do the 5 damage straight to the villain, or Spider-Man to be able to deal with odd things that come up? I guess I'm going to keep Spider-Man to deal with possibly odd things that come up. So Mockingbird has 3, stuns the villain, and she is going to get rid of one of those threat. Then Quicksilver, once per phase, I can use the power. So 1, 2, and then on the second one, I'm able to trigger both my turn the tides. Right, so now the question is, do I even want to keep Spider-Man, or do I want to keep on digging? I tend to try to play a little bit conservative, right? Make sure I kind of have the solutions I want. So let's keep Spider-Man. That was my first turn. Right, this is reinforced sinew is something I'm really going to want. I'm going to be able to also clear the area to dig further in the deck. So first turn, forgot to put that in the discard. No activation because of the stunned. Get an encounter card. And so this is going to be the excess damage one. Now I don't have any toughness in this, so I'm going to end up taking that damage at some point. Right? It's just going to let, like, there's no great sense in actually even putting one of my allies in the way. I think I just need to accept that I'm going to take the damage and have to flip and heal. But I'm going to want to make sure that there's allies so that on the turn that happens, I'm not going to get attacked more than once. I think that's the big story. Okay. So what do we want to do? Okay, we know we want to do Reinforce Sinew. Okay, so that's going to leave me with 2 cards left. I can clear the area to continue digging. Now if I did that, I would get 1 more card. If it is the friction resistance, I'd be able to play it this turn. Right, and if it isn't, so that's interesting. If it isn't, I can bring out the Reinforced Sinew and attack twice. So, guess I do double time. Get rid of that, draw a card. Pivotal moment. I mean, I think maybe I'll even flip so I can dig more. Got a couple cards I wouldn't mind ditching here, so let's do that. So, I guess the question is, do I want to sacrifice 2 attack to do this? Right, so if I bring out Reinforced Sinew, it's going to be 4 damage this turn. Then I can flip, but then I won't be able to dig. Right, because the superpowered siblings gets activated, specifically you have to discard 2 cards from hand. I think I sack the 2 damage. I think I want to dig, right? Because it's just so valuable. So I'm going to double attack, and then I'm going to flip. And what I don't need pivotal moment. Always be running is just 1 extra activation. I think I want Spider-Man more, right? Let's say yes. Okay. Boom. Okay, so now this is a bit annoying because I'd really like to reinforce Sinew too. I guess I could do that and play Friction Resistance next turn. That gets me both of them. Let's do that. So reinforce Sinew now. And then I'm going to keep Mockingbird where she is because then I can use it for 1 thwart next turn. And 1 more card. And untap. Alright. So, I'm going to scheme for 1 plus 1 is 2. Get an encounter card. Got a surge. Sorry, I'm hitting the wrong keys. Probably got another surge. A lot of surges. Surge. Oh, jeez. Okay, so there's a very small chance I'm just going to die to a double advance right now. Jessica Drew's in there. Okay, so get rid of that because I made. Let me just double check my deck here to make sure I have. Oh no! What did I just click? Oh, I see what I did. Okay, so that's going back in. Let me just double check because I replaced Quicksilver on my Spider-Woman setup, but I guess it didn't automatically get rid of her obligation, right? So yeah, there's my slipping sanity. That should also not be in there. There's 2 of those, right? There it is. Okay. So we reshuffle those. We'll get 1 more card. I didn't mean to put that in my hand. Anyway, Rhino gets a tough status card. Sorry for all the crap there, everybody. I usually just put that over top of the health to remember. And then this is that stupid 5 damage. I do everything as health instead of damage. So 5 of those. So right now, Rhino has tough, that armor, and is going to do a big attack on me that's going to run me over next time. Sounds amazing. Okay, so if I'm going to use friction resistance, 1, 2, 3, I can then do 2 always be runnings on top of that. I'm not that worried about threat. So I guess the question is, do I want the hyper perception or I mean, I know the answer is yes, I want hyper perception, but do I just want to advance the game state? I think I just want to advance the game state, right? Because I'm going to get some more thwart come up right away. I can use 1 more threat from 1 more thwart from Mockingbird. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to flip. I'm going to take some damage this upcoming turn, as I mentioned. I'm going to bring out friction resistance. Put my bonus down there. So friction resistance, I want to keep my 2 always be runnings. So that cost me 3. And then I'm going to lose 1 charge on this, but 1 charge on that, but that's fine. So first of all, Mockingbird. Yeah, because I don't think I want to advance him this turn. I think I want to wait a turn to. Oh no, I could. Yeah, no, I want to wait a turn to advance him, just so I can keep this in check a little bit. Right, so I'm going to waste another damage to get rid of 1 threat. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I do 2 attack, which gets rid of the tough. I get my first unblock. No, so I don't do my unblock, right? I do now use my friction resistance to play an always be running, which untaps and untaps, and that I'm going to then do 2. And then I'm going to use this to always be running and untap, which untaps that. And then 2. And then I'm going to use my free activation for 2. And I just deleted those. Okay, so I got to go make 2 copies of those. Sorry, hold on a second. Okay, so I just accidentally deleted 2 of those. So there's 2 more. Put all those in the discard pile. Oops. And then we're done turn 3. All right, so this looks like it could be a turn 5 or 6. No. My count is that it's usually 2 turns after you advance. So this is probably going to be a turn 6. As long as crap. Oh, I forgot about this completely. So actually, that goes. All right, turn 7. I didn't even see what I was doing. So Rhino is attacking plus, so it's 6 plus whatever's here. My plan was to take it, I can block because I'm going to get the 1 free activation per phase anyway. So that is going to be 6 minus 1 is 5. The only double activation thing is already there because that's not a weapon. So yeah, that's fine. I think there's no chance of me dying. There's advance, boost card, 1, 2. Okay, so that's one of the 2 advances is gone now. And turn 4. Okay, Serval Industries I do not use. In this, it's just too slow. I would love to get Deft Focus out. Using Clear the Area would be great. I guess this is where having my extra thwart would have been nice. So I could realistically Ironheart, take 1 down, take 2, clear the area, get that down to 0. Get another card. Still play Deft Focus. The number of turns left I think I have. I need to add 1 to that. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to Ironheart for 2, which unfortunately is going to cost me my turn the tide. Oh, that's not bad. So I can generate a clear the area resource. 1, 2. I'm not going to draw a card for that, but I can do that. 1. Now I can attack for 2. That untaps clear. Oh, sorry, friction resistance. I can tap friction resistance to now clear the area, which gets me a card. That was my first action with that. So then I get to untap and untap, and then do I want Quake or do I want Deft Focus? I have 2 allies. Quake is 4 damage. I'm going to run through my deck and see all my damage again right now. I think I want Deft Focus to be able to do stuff. I could keep Quake. I could keep Quake. Right, because I can do that and attack for 2 more. Right, so this looks like another turn 7 victory, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to keep Quake. One, two. Sorry, I keep on doing the attack and not saying what I'm going to do, but I'm blocking with one of the allies. This has already happened. I guess I should have remembered that I'm at less health and probably should have flipped. I'll do that next turn, I guess. This is actually going to work out okay because I'll be able to use my downtime this time. Sandman. That sucks. Sandman is a pain in the butt to beat. Turn 5. So I can have up to 3 activations here, which means I'm going to be able to use this up to 3 times. And with Death Focus, that's another, so I have 4 extra resources on top of the 5 things that I have, so I could realistically play 1, 2, 3, 4, and Endurance. And Maximum Velocity is giving me just a crap ton of stuff for this round. It's kind of incredible, actually. I'm going to run out. This is the problem. Okay. So I really want to flip, but I don't want to flip because this is going to give me 2 cards. But there aren't 2 advances in here. So I think I'm still fine because I already got rid of one of the advances. So I think I can actually flip still safely. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to maximum velocity. So that's going to bring my attack and all my other stuff up to 4 and 3 and 2, 3 for the round. So to do that, it's a superpower, so I got to use Death Focus, and I can use my friction resistance to bring that out. I think the issue is if I'm going to waste 4 whole damage or not to clear this stupid tough card. I think I'm going to not clear. I'm going to use Ironheart to clear the tough card. Then I'm going to get rid of Sandman for 4. So that untaps and gets me back my friction resistance. Gonna pay 1 to get downtime out. I'm gonna tap and get rid of that. And then is my timing terrible? My timing is terrible. Okay, so I guess I use Quake to always be running, because that was my second attack, right? So Quake can always be running, untaps that and untaps that. And I'll bring out Endurance for 2 health. And I'm not going to clear the tough, because I actually want to use the activation to heal this turn. And that's going to get me up to 11. It's kind of shitty. It's not wasting 4 though, because of the tough. So that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to get an extra card this turn. All right, let's see if I miscalculated. I'm curious. So a whole one threat. Okay, so that means if there is an advance, it still can't win. Great. Okay, gain surge. Exhaust your identity. Gain surge. Shadow of the past. Yuck. So avalanche comes out with 4. Oh, and avalanche has insight too. That is interesting. So that is a thing I really need to remember. Alright, so avalanche can actually auto lose you this game. And I have to take 2 indirect damage. Okay, and then avalanche's side scheme. Oh no. Okay, if I get an advance, I lose. Alright, thanks Shadows of the Past. And we get rid of those 2. We already did. Okay, we got a Hydra Mercenary. So this means we need more protection from threat burst than I have, right? So the under surveillance is actually probably necessary, and the counterintelligence. So I probably need a counterintelligence in this deck. Oh, that was quite the villain round. Okay, well I do need the health, so I guess I'm going back. Oh. I don't need the health, so I'm at 9. Never mind. Okay, so now do I want to go fishing? I have genius and energy. It's interesting. A lot of the cards I want to play don't cost 2, so those actually are not always great. I'm not going to finish it this round, so Mockingbird is actually going to be useful. So I don't think I'm going to use my alter ego power. This is actually a bit of a pickle. I can lose to. That actually should be in this deck. I can lose to an advance, so I need to come up with. I've seen the only 3-star card in the deck. So, what's left? I think I have something like about a 1 in 3 chance of getting a 2-star card. So I have to get an advance, and that is 2-star card to lose. If that'd be 3, right? So I need to get rid of 5 threat this turn. So I might just leave the Hydra Mercenary out because Quicksilver can block for free against it anyway. So I think I want to get rid of Avalanche, and then a bunch of threat. But I don't have enough threat. I don't have enough power to get rid of that threat. Right, so I could go digging for the +1 threat card, but that's... I mean, I could go digging for clear the area. So that would mean there's 3 cards in here that I can... So I got a 1 in 10 chance of getting a card I want. No, 2 in 10 if I do this. I do want Adrenaline Rush, so I can clear this thing cleanly. Oh no, but I don't care this turn. Right, that's what I said. So I can do 2 attacks on Avalanche. I can even just take the damage for all that really matters. So that means another option is actually to use Wiccan instead of Mockingbird. Because that'll help me clear the tough as well. Okay, so let's get rid of Adrenaline Rush. I'm not flipping back yet. So get rid of Adrenaline Rush and... okay, so Under Surveillance could actually buy me the time I need here until I get a bit slightly cleaner threat solution. I do need a little bit more threat burst than I have, though. I am realizing. Okay, so I'm gonna flip. Gonna play Wiccan for 2. And tap him for 1, which is to take 1 off that. And then hopefully we get at least 1 thing here. It doesn't whiff. Okay, we get 2. So that gets rid of the tough. Then my first activation is going to deal with that 1 threat. I'm not going to pull up yet. I'm going to use friction resistance to always be running and ready. And then 1, 2. Then I will use... Oh, had I not used that before? Damn it. I'm 1 off. That's fine. Okay, it's fine. So...
maybe 5 to a bit more?
Friction resistance with that, untaps it, and then untaps that, right? Okay, I've lost track. Sorry, teenager was talking to me. So I did a thwart over there. I did 2 damage there for my first always be running. I need to do my free untap, which untaps that. Do my non-free, do that. Push avalanche there. friction resistance always be running, untap. I will under surveillance for this. I think I actually, am I losing two? Probably actually had enough to do one more thing than I did. Oh well. Okay. So I'm going to hope a thwarting solution comes up soon, and instead focus my energy on one more attack. That's the plan. Okay. So this is under surveillance. And that was turn 6. Turn 7. Okay. Wiccan will block. And Wiccan is toast. Hydra Mercenary attacks once per phase. I can just block. And then get the ranged attack card, +1 as well. Whoop-de-doo. Totally forgot to draw. Alright, so there's my thwarting solution, right? Because I can do double time. Sorry for the noise. I can do double time. So it gives me +2. Gotta remember to discard it this turn. Play it over here. Oh, it's just sorry, that's the wrong thing. Double time is move 4 threat. Okay, so actually, I think I want to use. So that can get me down to 3. Roll the dice with Scarlet Witch. She's kind of expensive for what I need. So she can get me 1, 2, or 3. If I get Cosmo, I don't think I have an ability to get enough here. So she could get a bonus. Double time, I can definitely clear it. I could clear it and then use Pivotal Moment, in fact.
Ready.
Right, pause. Alright, just had some supper. So I think the first thing I want to do is double time and get rid of 4 threat. I mean, that's pretty efficient. Right. I don't have to empty it this turn unless I want a pivotal moment. But that's not super efficient, right? So let me aspire to efficiency. I'm going to do 2 there. I'm going to untap, untap. I mean, I guess I am using Scarlet Witch because the rest of what's in here sucks. Right? So use blah 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 blah. And she doesn't have a reset, right? For each boost. Okay, yeah. So I got 0. Sucks. Alright. So she's gonna block. This is going very, very poorly. I'm gonna block with Scarlet Witch. Or do I want to wait a turn? I mean, I pretty much know. So maximum velocity to always be running is 12 damage. So I can finish it off this turn. Clear the area. So I think I just let her go. Okay. Okay, let's just hope this encounter card doesn't foil my plans. Oh, this is 8, by the way. Okay, only a mild foil. I think that probably puts Rhino out of range for this round. So I still think I'm going to maximum velocity for 3, right? And then 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, I forgot to block last turn, but that's fine because this is 1 damage and I untap. So, sorry, that was maximum velocity. Now, I did my 2 damage, I untap. When I untap friction resistance. I'm able to do it again, get out Always Be Running, and then I get out Spider-Man, or Speed Cyclone. Okay, well, let's finally deal with this. Then we're gonna Always Be Running, untap, untap. Alright, so this is going to be a 9-rounder, I guess. It's 9-turner. Spidey will block. Spidey is gone. Great, don't care. Pivotal moment. That is all we need to finish it. So we want to get some extra health out there, I guess, to finish it off, right? So kind of regular. Clear the area. I'll use friction resistance for that. That gets me a card. I will tap. 1, 2. So me and Quake can finish this off, and I can get 3 extra health on the board, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and as usual, I forgot to put my not hyper perception. What was already on the board there? Maximum velocity from last round. Oh well, that's fine. So I have one more activation. That's 2, and Quake. And Quake has 1. So that is 9 turns. Clean board. 12 HP. So the lessons learned are that the Quicksilver Nemesis minion, Avalanche, and his scheme have Insight 3 when combined, which is fairly dangerous.